Lindsay,
what's going on?
Maya said that last year of all the losses was the toughest for her.
Yeah.
For how close you guys were, for how you guys felt as a team. I don't know if you ranked them, but do you think that, would you agree with that? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the hardest, I mean, high school, college, pro, I think that was probably the hardest one. Just the way, you know, you guys all saw, but it was just how it ended. And you know, we've won a lot of great series, we've won a lot of great games over the years, and then to come out on the other side was definitely difficult, and for it to be just kind of how it ended, and just like that, it got, you know, they earned it. They played well. They definitely earned it, but to have it kind of taken away like that was definitely the hardest loss. I mean, by far, of my career, and I'm sure, you know, all of ours. So, yeah, it, you know, as much as it, you know, hurt then, and it took a while to get over, it provided, you know, us a lot of motivation and a lot of things I think we can take away from that season, and just how you deal with adversity and how you deal with things not always going your way, because that's not always going to happen. You know, you're not always going to win. And I think that's something that, you know, we can kind of take from that in being stronger people, stronger as a team. For this season, it's provided us, like I said, more motivation, but I think just in a, you know, a general, you know, scheme of everything we've done, to have it not go our way, but then to still come to work, get better for this season, have everybody focused. I mean, that shows a lot of resiliency. So I think it's something really positive that we can take away from that last season.
Cheryl was also saying that how last year she was impressed with how you kind of worked more on your jump shot at this part of your career. Are you continuing to work on that, maybe even be more effective from behind the three-point arc this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think the more years you get in the league, the more you kind of have to expand your game, and you have to be able to knock down those shots. I mean, I worked a lot of years on that mid-range game, and it's still something that I'll definitely am working on, and I'm trying to get better and really have honed in on. But to even increase it more is, I think, a big key and a big focus, and it's been a focus of ours, you know, in this off season. So one of the things that we worked on a lot was just that, you know, like you said, the three-point range, the outside shot, taking more of them. All those things have been a good focus, and you know, I've gotten to the basket a lot in my career. I've been able to get in there, and then I started working on my mid-range because, you know, getting in there, it's what it is. The players are getting better. You know, I'm still going to drive and attack in those things, but I think, you know, length of career-wise and just being hopefully a little smarter, you have to be able to make those outside shots and do those things, as well as setting up your teammates and doing all those things as well on the offensive end. So yeah, that was definitely a really good focus that we've had this offseason and into the start of the season.
Obviously, it wasn't something you had to work on as much, but did you see yourself, like, even as your career kind of went on, did you know that you could be that proficient from the outside if you worked on it, or were you surprised maybe at how proficient you were even last year?
Yeah, I mean, it's something I worked on a ton. So especially last season, not going overseas, I think that was something that I could really work on every day, and so it was just something that I knew. You know, look, I've been going to the basket my whole career, so everybody knows that's where I'm going to try to go. So now if I can add a couple more things, and the mid-range was, I think, maybe the first step in that, and so now people have to honor that, and it's just all making yourself, you know, more dynamic, harder to guard, all those things, I think, is the way it is and the way you want to be. So, so yeah, it's something that we worked a lot on last off season, and then a lot this off season as well. So yeah, it was something I never even took mid-range shots in like college or high school. It was, you know, at the U I want to take threes or layups, and now I've added that mid-range. So and now we'll continue to work on the threes as well.
Lindsay, with Sylvia, how do you kind of keep her, like, developing, I guess? She said that she can be as dominant as she wants to be, essentially. Do you see kind of things in her personality that you guys can do to help kind of even bring more confidence to her, or whatever it is, to get that aggressiveness?
Yeah, I think with, you know, with any bigs, I think, you know, getting them touches and getting them good touches early. I think putting them in good spots, I think, is a big thing. Not only just throwing it in there, but and then, okay, go to work. It's like, okay, making sure as a guard to put them in, spots where they can be successful and do those things. So I think for us as guards, it's about, putting her in those spots and looking for her at different times and different critical times of the games, or even in practice and scrimmages, and playing, whether it's a look here or there at a time when we need a basket, which we've done, and she's come through. So it's been really great. She's a Finals MVP. She's a 3-time Olympian. She's an all-time great player, and she's still working and she's still getting better, and she's she's young, so she's got a lot of time to still go to work and continue to get better, and we love that, and she's just she's a bright person. She comes in every day with energy. She knows our team now is her 3rd year, so she's even that much more comfortable. So we definitely will go to her a lot, and our job as guards and everyone else on the team is to make sure that she's getting good touches in the right spots.
Last year, Maya led the team in assists, of course, for your distribution, but how was that?
She beat me out.
She did, but how was that evolution? How will that help you guys this year, knowing that you've got a lot of folks who can find their targets?
Yeah, I think Maya last year with doing that, with leading our team in scoring, assists. I mean, I'm sure other categories as well, but she just adds something to her game every year. It's what the all-time greats do. It's what players like her do, is they add something, and that was something that we really benefited from. I mean, look, we won 28 games in the regular season, so I mean, it was a really good season for us, and one of the reasons was Maya expanding her game, doing so much more. She was setting people up, she's hitting threes, getting to her spots, and she had a great year, and I know we worked out this off season a lot and did a lot of those things, and you can see the things that she's improved on and worked on to get better even this year. So you can't really say enough about Maya. She like I said, she's one of the all-time greats, so coming in here and improving on something is just what she does, and that's how she approaches every season.
It was big.
Cheryl talked about how the flow of camp is a little different this year because you have some very young players, some players with a lot of experience. Have you seen kind of a difference?
That's a good way to put it. I mean, we do have, it is definitely, it's been good for us though, us more experienced players, to have some of the young players coming in, some of the, fresh, just out of college, and they're coming from different systems and different ways to play, and it's been cool to see as the week has kind of gone on their instincts and their basketball instincts, and just different things that maybe the coach didn't tell them that you have to do, or like if there's a read to make, that they're able to make it, and that's been really cool to see. So it's been fun. We have our core group, and we have us that have been here for a while, but every year that we have young players coming in, Planette coming in this season, we always get re-energized by, the new faces and the younger players coming in here. It's always fun to see and fun to be a part of, and we got to do our best to keep up sometimes, I mean, hey, they're young coming in, they're fast, they're quick, and it makes us better, it really does. So it's been fun to see.
So what terminology do you use to characterize your roster? We've heard experienced, seasoned, old. You do have one of the older rosters. I think the oldest roster league. Not my word.
No. I think how you put it right away, experienced. You said it right off the bat. Experienced.
It was very,
we've been through some finals and some series together, so it's been good.
It's very clear, Lindsay, how the positive impact that taking the last offseason off had on your game. Do you see it having a similar effect for someone like Simone this year?
Oh yeah, no doubt. A lot of us took the time off this year, and I think you get to the point where, you have to kind of make a choice. You can do it I did it for 10 years, so I don't know how many years Simone did back and forth and, the year-round stuff, but I'm sure it was close to that. So at a certain point, your body kind of tells you when you need to take a break, or mentally you kind of know when you need to take a break. So, I think that, I definitely, you can't help but be more fresh coming in, just mentally having that time off and not having to go over there and playing a championship series or a final series over there. You're definitely gonna be more mentally fresh here because you didn't just go through, a big time series in Europe. So and then physically for sure as well. But yeah, I think she'll really start to see the benefits as we kind of get into things, because that's about when I saw it. I mean, training camp is tough. It is what it is. You know, training camp is. You might not necessarily see the effects now. I mean, you might have some, but then when I really noticed it actually was kind of at the end of the season in the playoffs last year, when I still felt, you know, pretty good and pretty quick and pretty effective. So all those things, I think she'll definitely see the benefits from that as well.
Coach says if you continue to get better as a player, not just maintain but get better. Do you agree? Are you a better player now than you were 3 years ago?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, you know, I think that's always something that you want to focus on, and our staff here and our coaches and everything we have here in our facility, it only lends to getting better. And it's just such a, you have such a great place to work on your game and work on your body and do those things that it's really, you know, being here in the off seasons, I've had the luxury of being able to work on my game and work on things and continue to try to get better. So, you know, I think adding in a couple, you know, just different things, you know, in the pick and roll game and defensively, as well as working on the outside shot. I think all those parts, you know, continue to get better. And, you know, there's different aspects of your game that are going to be a little different than you were maybe at 25, but the experience and the things you have now are going to be hopefully that much better and can kind of continue to help you improve even at this stage of our careers, which is pretty cool.
Coach touched on that no matter how much experience you guys get, that day one hunger is still there.
Yeah.
She said in practice that you guys are still fighting and celebrating, just getting loose balls and whatnot. As a veteran player, how do you keep that hunger coming into you at that peak?
Well, you have to, because otherwise you wouldn't be doing it, you know? Because it's like if you didn't have that joy and that hunger and that desire to continue to get better or win a drill or, you know, dive for a loose ball, take a charge. I mean, if you didn't have that, you probably wouldn't be playing, you know? And so we don't really ever like go through the motions or do anything like that. Like everything here is like, we might only go, I don't know, hour and a half. Some days we'll go longer, but whatever we're in here for, we're in here, and everyone's in, and everyone's going for whatever drill it is to win and to make sure that we're having a really good practice. So I think that that's something that as vets, you kind of, you know, if you didn't have that, like I said, you probably wouldn't be doing it still, and you wouldn't be able to continue to play at a high level. And so I think having that and having all the competition around us in practice every day is what continues to drive us, for sure.
Maya talked at the start of training camp about really recognizing just how special this group is and wanting to squeeze really every last win, championship as possible out of it.
Yeah.
Do you think everybody's kind of embodied that with, you know, the decisions to take the seasons off overseas to best be ready for this, and certainly taking like the loss last year is tough. Do you think everybody kind of feels that, like how special this is and how important it is to get everything you can out of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to get everything? I mean, that's how I think all of our focus from, you know, coaches on down is just get everything we can out of the experience that we have together, the road trips, the games, the whole seasons, to try to, like you said, fight for every championship we can and every win. I mean, you know, that's just, you know, why not? Why wouldn't you? I mean, you know, we all know our careers, you know, in basketball are going to end at some point. You know, it's what it is. But, I mean, to come out here, still be able to do it and still be able to do it together is yeah, you want to make every opportunity count and make every practice count and every shoot around count. And I think that's something that we've all really embraced, like I said, from top to bottom.
Thanks, everybody.